Okay. Okay. Without delays, we just have to move our course book. I hope you can see it on the screen. You can see it on the screen, right? Hello, Venerable. Can you see the course content on the screen? I'm sharing the screen. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you very well.
Now, can you see the course, the handout on the screen? Okay, so let's start like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay, you can now mute. The course is grant writing, grant and synopsis writing. I may not just start from how the handout wrote it. Like I said, I'll be summarizing the whole thing, maybe however I can this night, then another day. But I want to start from the back of the handout. From the back, there's something, is a bonus, so we start with it. That back explains how to write a formal letter. The last page, that's what is displaying on the screen, a formal letter. It has a simple mnemonics called dot trips. These dot trips represent D represents double address, O represents opening, T represents title, R represents reason, I represents intelligence, E represents experience, P represents promise, C represents closure, and the S represents signature. So if you go to the beginning, in every formal letter, the format is there must be two addresses, the addressor and the addressee. You are the addresser who is writing, the addressee is the person who is receiving. Now, where there is a letter heading, a letter-headed paper, the only one address will be seen again, apart from the one in the nameplate of the letter-headed paper, which maybe contains St. Luke's Anglican Church, Opunebu, blah, 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 blah. That's the addresser. The addressee is the person to whom the letter is going. The second is the opening. The opening has to do with the sa, ma. In a formal letter, we don't use that dear sir or dear ma. Then we'll have T for title. That's where you write the title of the letter. For example, address number 1 with date under it, then address number 2, then ma or sir, then application for the post of a church teacher in your diocese. Then reason, you start, I am hereby applying, that's the reason for which you're writing, which must align with your topic or with the title of the letter. So maybe I am applying to be a church teacher, then there must be something that gave you information. Maybe after having heard in the advertisement, or after having read in the newspaper, or after having inquired from others and had seen that there is a space for, there's need or space for a church teacher in your diocese. Then the next thing is your intelligence. I am experienced, I am a I am a graduate of, you say the places you've studied, maybe you start from your primary and stop at secondary, or maybe OND, NCE, or anything it is, that one has to do with, that's your intelligence. Then experience here, you start telling us the experience you have in the related field, or anything that has to do with the related field, or extra thing you have acquired that can help the field you are applying for. Then we have promise. Then you say things like, I promise to be enthusiastic. I promise to put in the best I can. Don't ever say, I will do my best, because you don't even know your best. When you say you will do your best, the person expects you to do what he sees as your best, which you may not be able to meet up to. Then that becomes a problem. Then every letter is closed with thanks. Maybe you say thanks for anticipation. And after that, the next thing is your signature, then your name. This is it. Dot trips. That's the format for writing a formal letter. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. I hope you understood me there. My venerable, I hope you understood me there. Okay, the other side we are going to touch is in page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In page 14. Some people are saying they're having problem with the passcode. Let me attend to them. Okay. Okay. Research proposal in page 14. Here we have a topic that we want to deal with. We may not finish this before our time elapses. Once the time elapses, the video will be ready for you to watch at any time. Now, our title here is Employee Motivation and Organizational Performance, a study of selected private firms in Nigeria. Now, I want to write a proposal for this research. Originally, what we call proposal in our institutions is presenting chapter 1 to 3. That's what we tend to call proposal. But the original thing proposal is what you're writing to show what you will do or how you want to carry out your research. That's what proposal is. Excuse me. Here we are. Okay, so now, how do we start a proposal? Proposal has the same type of body with your normal academic proposals. The one we write in school. I think somebody wants to join. Who's that? Frankie admitted. Oh, Frankie, welcome. Welcome. Good. We are now more than just two. So a proposal is, the proposal here looks somewhat different from that you just do. In this case, we start. We have a background of the study. Please, the introduction is 1. So the background of the study follows the introduction as 1.1. Then the second one, I'll still come back to them. We have 2 statement of problem, that is 1.2. Then we have objective of the problem, that's 1.3 as we know. And 1.4, the research question. 1.5, if you have hypothesis, we'll get back to what hypothesis is. 1.6, significance of the study. 1.7, scope of this study. 1.8, limitations of the study. Then we have 9, review of related literature. We are proposing to write this title, not actually preparing a proposal we will present in the school. Now, see what we do. In a proposal, the language used is will, not have. For example, the researcher intends to, the researcher intends to do so. The research will so thing. That is the language that has to be used. Now, in writing your chapter 1, the background of the study, the main things, that's the root of what you're studying, like we called it background. The background of what you're about to study or what you're studying is what is needed here. In the second phase is the statement of problem. Why or what pushed you into this writing? What do you think will be a problem if this problem is not solved? Or how bad has this problem been before now? Or how do you think this problem will increase if not actually handled? Then objectives. Why are you researching? Yes, you've told us what brought you into the research. Then why are you researching? What do you intend to achieve at the end of this research? That's your objective. Now, the thing here is, if you have 3 objectives, your research questions must be 3 as well, so that it aligns with your objectives. So each objective is converted to a question to become the research question. Then at the end, we have hypothesis as 1.5. What are the hypotheses? Most times we say, people say that so thing is like this. For example, if our title is Employee Motivation and Organizational Performance, a study of selected private firms in Nigeria, and our research questions are, what motivational strategies are adopted by selected private firms in Nigeria? Our hypothesis should say there is no significant relationship between employee motivation and organizational performance in selected firms. Now, this is what people believe. The other people may say there is a significant relationship. So it looks like this person is proposing there is none. This person is proposing there is. There might be 3 to 4 hypotheses as your supervisor decides. Then after hypothesis, we now have significance. In the significance of the study, you are pointing out sectors or organizations or settings that will benefit from this study. And then you explain to the people how this sector will benefit from this study. You are not just saying blah, 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 but you will tell how are they going to benefit from this study. Then we now have the scope and the limitation. We will combine them. The scope of this study may be so place and so place. Like we say, selected firms. Here you have to tell us the firms you selected. Maybe you selected APAMS, you selected Auto Lords, you selected Kings, you selected Heritage. These ones, Ndine Bozu. Maybe you selected these ones. And then why did you select them? Why are you using them? Then what's the limitation of your study? What are the things that could limit you? Or what is the limit of the environment you can go through? This is the scope and the limitation. Then we enter the place we now call chapter 2 in our writing, which is literature review. The chapter 2 has 4 branches. 2.1, conceptual framework. 2.2, theoretical framework. 2.3, empirical framework. And 2.4, summary of literature review. In 2.1, what you're supposed to do is discussing all the key terms. For example, employee motivation. 2, organizational performance. Then private firms, Nigeria. There are 4 factors here. Discuss each of them. You might start with defining employee motivation, discussing types of employee motivation, effects of employee motivation, then effects of employers not being motivated. Then you go to organizational performance, define organization, define performance, then discuss organizational performance and list different types and forms of organizational performance, and then state things that could improve organizational performance. Remember, you're dealing with employee motivation as a factor of organizational performance. After this, you now discuss firms. Put to your context of this writing, what do I mean by firms? Is it just companies? or whatever it is I call firms. When you do this, you have finished the conceptual framework. But there is a part that must be put to place. Every paragraph in your conceptual framework should have a minimum of 1 citation, which means whatever thing you are doing in your conceptual framework is not your original work, but a work done by someone else that you are reviewing. Remember, this place is called Review of Literature. So in every paragraph, if it is possible in every 4 lines, there should be a citation to support what you're saying. And this citation must not be generated from AI. It has to be truly generated. I don't know if you're getting me. Then, after conceptual framework, we have theoretical framework. In this, you pick maybe 1, 2, or 3 theories that are related to what you are writing. In each of the theories, this is how you discuss a theory. When you state a theory, the name of the person that propounded the theory, and then the year it was done. Maybe I would say, we are say motivational theory by Vroom, 1964. Motivational theory by the person who propounded it and the year. Then in your first paragraph, discuss this theory, state this theory and explain it. In your next paragraph, identify or state if this theory has attracted criticism or if it has been wholly accepted. If there is a counter theory, you can state it there. At the end, the 3rd paragraph, state how this theory can be applied to your study. If the theory cannot be applied to your study, it's no point being there. Once you do this for each of these theories, you have done your theoretical framework, then you run to empirical review or empirical studies. The empirical studies or empirical reviews is not your work. You are trying to review the studies done by other people in relation to employee motivation and organizational performance. So you might choose 3 works, 2 works. In each of them, see the stating. For example, maybe you wrote that Adeniji and Ige in 2021 found that intrinsic motivation such as recognition and growth opportunities significantly enhances productivity among Nigerian employees. If this is true to you, discuss it and then find out if there is a place Adeniji and the Ige did not approach the main problem you want to approach in this place. We call that literature gap or weakness, or the gap or weakness of that study. When you identify those things, then you state how your own study intends to fill the gap that Adeniji and the Ige were not able to fill. You have done justice to that one. Do that to 2 to 3 of the works. You're good to go. Then we come to summary of literature. When you come to summary of literature, what you're doing there is summarizing the conceptual framework, the theoretical framework, and the empirical studies. You can do these 3 in just 2 paragraphs. At the case may be, if it is an article you're writing, you can do it in 1 paragraph. It is a PGDE project you're writing, your 1st degree project you're writing, you can do it in 2 paragraphs or 3, as the case may be. If it's PGDE or masters, if your supervisor wishes, he might say, let it not exceed 3 paragraphs. If it is PhD, most of the times we wait for the decision of our supervisor. Then we would have gone into research methodology now, but we won't. I will give us time to ask questions because our time is rolling already. So let me know if anybody has question, Venerable, and I don't know, please, Frank Timothy, unmute yourself. How do I address you, Canon or Venerable or Bishop? Frank Timothy, please unmute yourself. Venerable Chukwuemeka, if you have any question, I'm listening.
Okay, I want to start with the introduction. You didn't make any comments on introduction. How do you form your introduction?
Introduction is the statement of problem, the background of the study, and the statement of the problem. These are the parts of introduction. You are not supposed to write introduction and start writing anything. Introduction is chapter 1. That's the title of chapter 1. So in that chapter 1, you now have 1.1, statement of problem, a background of the study, sorry. 1.2, statement of problem. I'm coming, just hold on. You get it? Introduction on its own does not need to have writings, but most times students do it. They write introduction and they write a whole lot of things. They'll now say 1.1. It is wrong. Introduction is the title of chapter 1.
Okay. Okay. I've noted that.
Okay.
Under hypothesis.
Okay.
Under hypothesis. Hello?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. Under hypothesis, you say that it's part of what people say and the counter of it.
Either so counter, it doesn't. Okay, go on.
Really have results of the analysis.
Repeat yourself, sir.
That's what I'm saying is that, okay, saying under hypothesis,
yes,
it doesn't need to be concluded with the result of the analysis. So result of the analysis is not part of the opinion, forming your opinion.
Okay, hypothesis is individual opinion, which may finally not be true or finally be true. It's just that stating a theory that has not been confirmed. It's like a bill, not a law. Now, in this, okay, let's say we are doing, okay, there was a study I was involved in. I was the lead researcher. The title is The Church is a Scam. Then, colon, why do people say this or say so? Then how did we get here? Hypothesis may be the church is actually a scam. Another hypothesis may be the church workers are all scammers. Another hypothesis may be the churches are duping people. Now, this is what somebody said. This hypothesis, whether we argue it or not, will now form a part of what we are going for. Remember, we have research questions. The hypothesis must be formed from research questions. They must be in relation to the research questions. I don't know if you're getting it. Because somebody must have had an opinion.
Yeah.
This is what this thing is. Or we have a general opinion. Abakaliki people are thieves. Abakaliki people are dirty people. This is hypothesis. It is not proven. So we will now use this to create further questions inside our research question. That part is called questionnaire. Take research question 1, break it into 4 to 5 questions that can help you to buttress a simple answer. So hypothesis is somebody's opinion that has not been researched, that has not been confirmed. Okay. Do you now understand it?
Okay. I think it's like I'm coming from mathematics background where whatever analysis you're going to carry out.
Your network is breaking. You said mathematical analysis, where that's the last time we heard you.
Now.
Wow. Uncle Frank, please, can you?
Okay, sir. Let me first of all commend you for your resilience. So thank you so much, Mr. Lecturer. I think we have this thing on paper, right?
Yes.
Do you have it? And there is with Lillian?
Yes, it's with Lillian. But that paper is not as detailed as our discussion.
Yeah. Is it what you have written down here or something else? I don't understand, sir.
This thing you are seeing here is the handout. It's the same thing here is in the handout. But you know, when we are talking, we take time to explain more than what is written.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's well stated. I think when we see the handout, then we also look into it.
Yes.
You know that old age has come. You know, I'm growing gray hairs. Old age has come. So we see how we can go about it.
My friend every day bobbed his hair so that you not see my own. But you can see my own in my jaws. And I've covered my hair with cap. So
That one is fake one. Yeah, it's just fake one. You don't have the original. Now we carry the original.
Yeah, okay, ATR.
Yes. Yeah, man, can say fancy na aja. When no game fair one sin na aja.
I get a correct.
No, I'm seeing a woman at your back. I'm seeing a woman at your back.
Yeah, that's my wife you're seeing at my back.
Okay, just tell her I love her.
No problem. If you want to see her, she'll be in the school tomorrow.
Let me finish with the one I'm living with. Let me finish with the one I'm living with. I don't want another one. Let me be done with the one I'm living with.
Yeah, Frank,
I don't want to die.
Time venerable because
I don't want to die now.
All right. Do we have further questions? Papa, do you have any more questions?
I think that should be
okay. Please, under conceptual framework, you said we need to cite in any 4 sentences or thereabout.
No, like
we have to cite an author.
Yes, minimum of 4 or 3 lines, not sentences. Which means in a paragraph of 10 lines, at least there's need for 2 citations. Do you understand me?
Okay.
For example, maybe let me just use a paragraph here in what I'm having. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say employee motivation refers to essential and internal and external factors that stimulate individuals to take action towards achieving organizational goal. Already, you know, this is a definition. I am supposed to cite this place before I talk about, according to so person, that's an extra meaning. Already, there's need for citation at this place where you have the word goals, because I defined. Now, this according to, I am putting another person's definition in. After that, if you look at that paragraph when you read it, you see that there are 2 citations, but originally there are supposed to be 3 citations there. Every time you define a thing, cite an author. Don't fail.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Any more? This Zoom has exactly 7 more minutes before it stops.
Source of information, a source of
citations.
Sir?
You said citations?
Yes, the source. Most times, yes, the source.
Okay, how to find citations?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me not, instead, in our next class, let me specifically teach us how to make citations.
Okay.
That's after we have dealt with another part of the handouts, then I'll use the last 20 minutes or 15 to teach us how to make citations. I'll be displaying it the same way I'm displaying this one.
Okay, what I'm actually trying to ask that at this digital age, do you have any link that helps us to get more of the information, materials we need?
You can get materials you need from Google Scholar.
Okay.
See how I do my literature review. I go to Google Scholar, put down the title. I will see all the people that have written on it. I will pick their abstract because the abstract has summarized everything. Maybe pick their findings or pick their purpose of the study or whatever and discuss from there. it helps me to develop the person's work to something similar to my own. But that's in my empirical studies. Then people use AI to generate writing. But most of the times, AI may not give you exactly what is true. So ordinarily, I may type something in the internet. Maybe I will say employee motivation. If I write employee motivation, the internet must give me something. Especially, the best way I go is when I go to Google, I'll type in the title, say enter. I will look through and see where they gave me anything in Wikipedia. The Wikipedia has too much information to give you than even what AI will give you. So if you find anyone written Wikipedia inside those options, click on it, you will see it. It will be more detailed than a book. So getting information from Wikipedia will make you get more information that your supervisor will even be running away from reading. Then it is your deal to put it back as a Microsoft page, remove all the citations there so that you run away from plagiarism. Then read carefully and rearrange and rewrite the things that are not supposed to be based on what you're working on. And then at the end of it, do what we call paraphrasing. It goes down from what another person has done. Then you can start making citations.
Sorry, I didn't get your last statement, sir.
I said after rewriting, removing or adding into what the Wikipedia had given me, I will do what is called paraphrasing. There is a soft copy for that, software for that. I will paraphrase after paraphrasing, and then I will start making citations using the same Google Scholar and either Zotero, Mendeley, RefWalk, EndNote. These 4 applications I mentioned are used for citation. Zotero, RefWalk, Mendeley, EndNote. They are all used for citation. They will help you cite automatically what is authentic, verifiable, and true, not the citations that AI will give you, which may not be traceably true.
Okay. Okay. Maybe as part of because this was what I've gotten so far is Google Scholar, Mendeley. I didn't get the other one. I say RefWork. See RefWork?
RefWork, RefWork, RefWork.
REF.
Walk, RefWork.
Okay. RefWork, okay. Then Mendeley.
Mendeley, and EndNote. And EndNote.
EndNote, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And if we had any chance to have a physical class, I would display it so that you see how it works. It's nothing. It doesn't take much.
Okay.
Canon Gentle, you're welcome very late. We have only less than 5 minutes to go. But it's still good you came in.
Who is that?
Canon Gentle that just came in. You are the only small child here. When adults are talking, don't talk.
You know, sometimes I'll try to release something that is inside me, but I'll first of all look around to see if the person is my own, so that the Mamboni is so. That's why I'm asking.
I have a venerable in the house. Only having a venerable is a job. No power.
Today, Dr. Madoka, whether it's literature, is what he was saying. Dr. Madoka was making a correction on this chapter 2 stuff.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you. He said
related review. There was a correction he was making, whether it says a review of literature or related whatever. I don't know what was
if you say
correcting today.
If you first say review, you know it, you now say of related literature. But the original word there is literature review. You know, we have a lot of problem in the setting here. We have not standardized what we want to do. Somebody will copy from somewhere and want to put it, another person from somewhere and want to put it. So it's forming a part of our problem.
Yeah, even this introduction you mentioned, people say they didn't write anything. Like I say, introduction doesn't need to have any write-up on it. And I think I'm agreeing with you. But if it's in the defense, another person talks his own thing.
Now,
Are you with
introduction,
me?
yeah, introduction is a chapter, just like literature review is a chapter. But 2.1 is conceptual framework.
Yeah.
2.2 is theoretical framework. 2.3, empirical studies. 2.4, summary.
Yeah.
So chapter 1 is the title.
Yeah.
The title of chapter 1 is introduction. 1.1, statement of problem, background of the study. 1.2, statement of the problem. And in your writings, no other chapter should have the word introduction.
Yeah. Okay.
Apart from chapter 2, no other chapter should have a word summary except in chapter 5 or 6, where you have summary, conclusion, and recommendation. And if you see that chapter 2, when you say summary, to say summary of literature, so that you know it is the literature review that you're summarizing, not the work. I think we have to say bye here because the timing of this class is 1 minute and about 14 seconds now. I'm going to send it back to you in case you need to go back and review it. Thank you for your time. Venerable Onyechi,
For the time.
small boy Frank Timothy.
So I'm the one doing the timing. Nobody is going. We are staying here.
And Canon Gentle. The recording has stopped already.
Okay.
Sir. Actually, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Nam.